Imagine this. You start something new, maybe a project in your business or a personal one. When you're kicking things off, you're highly inspired and full of motivation. Your feeling of motivation drives action. So you create that service, you plan that new product, you even get the help you need to deal with that blind spot you know you've had. You experience this high energy phase for a couple of weeks. Then something mysterious happens. One morning you wake up and it seems like your world has changed somehow. It's not as clear. On this day you feel tired, the tasks you've got to do seem harder, and the thought of doing work isn't that appealing to you. What's happening? Does this ever happen to you? More importantly, what can you do to get out of this funk, get inspired, motivated, and be productive? That's the topic of this training for introvert entrepreneurs online who want to consistently be able to scale their business so they can have more impact and change more lives.
Here's your coach and mentor, Bio.
Hello, it's Bio here, and I'm the founder of QuietExperts.com. I help motivated introvert entrepreneurs and experts have more alone time so they can creatively grow their business online in 90 days without feeling drained, frustrated, or overwhelmed with marketing, sales, or technology. You can discover more at QuietExperts.com. So something mysterious has happened. On this particular morning, it seems like your world has changed somehow and things aren't as clear. On this day, you feel tired. The tasks you've got to accomplish seem harder, and the thought of doing work isn't that appealing to you. It's like a blanket of confusion seems to have taken over, and your thinking isn't as clear as it has been over the last couple of weeks. But here's the strangest thing. You seem to have completely forgotten why you were excited and motivated to start with. For many introvert entrepreneurs online, this leads to a prolonged period of low productivity, coupled with a lot of self-examination as they're trying to understand what exactly went wrong and how they can get back to that previous, happier, more inspired, and more motivated state. Now finally, maybe weeks or even months on, something sparks your interest again, and rather annoyingly, you repeat the cycle and it seems to occur all by itself and you feel the situation is out of your control. If you can relate to this as an introvert entrepreneur online, you're not alone. The big question is, why does this happen in the first place? Well, personally, I don't know. I've no doubt that one of you that specializes in these kinds of issues can help explain it. However, to me, it just seems that our brain is like hardwired. It's got a hardwired limit on the amount of inspiration and motivation it can deliver to us. What do you think? So what can you do as an introvert entrepreneur if this happens to you? Now, over the decades of operating different service businesses as an introvert entrepreneur on and offline, I've experienced this cycle hundreds of times for as long as I can remember. Let me share with you a couple of methods that helped me quite a lot. The first thing is you've got to expect that it's going to happen to you. Whenever I'm excited and highly motivated, I expect the level of motivation to dip at some point. When it unsurprisingly does dip, I don't worry over it or try to fight it, because if you do, one of the things that will happen is that you'll get into that prolonged period where you do a lot of thinking about doing things, but actually do very little, if any, of those things you're thinking about doing. So let me introduce to you the I aim principle. You've heard of imperfect action many times before, no doubt. And over the years, I've developed, as I develop business strategies for myself, and strategies to teach other introvert entrepreneurs, I took the concept of imperfect action further and created the phrase imperfect action, inspiration, motivation. Imperfect action, inspiration, motivation, or I aim for short. This method of self-motivation works well for introvert entrepreneurs online and offline too. To use I aim, you've got to first understand that most of us introvert entrepreneurs online only take action when inspiration has made us motivated. So inspiration comes first and then leads to motivation. Motivation leads to action. Sounds simple enough. When the inspiration dries up, so does their action. What happens then is that people effectively sit around waiting for inspiration to strike them into motivated action again. The powerful insight of the imperfect action inspiration motivation system is in using action as a trigger for both your inspiration and motivation. So rather than succumbing to what might normally, what you might normally do, maybe that's sit around waiting for inspiration to motivate you to action, instead you take action, imperfect action that leads to inspiration, which results in motivation. So you have imperfect action leads to inspiration that leads to motivation. By doing something, anything, even if it's not perfect to you and seems relatively insignificant, say for instance creating frequently asked questions to use as part of your content that converts, or jotting down some ideas for that new service or product you've been thinking about and so on. By doing this, you greatly increase the likelihood of triggering brand new inspiration and motivation, which is what you need. I believe that one thing all the successful introvert entrepreneurs I've studied over the years always seem to have an abundance of is ideas, because they never stop taking action. So hopefully you know that you don't need to be like most unsuccessful entrepreneurs, introverts or not, who are online, who spend their time soaking up content on webinars and watching sales videos, hoping to get inspired or motivated to take action. What you can do instead is act, and the inspiration will come knocking at your door. It'll be there, ready and waiting to recharge your motivation, to give you the powerful self-motivation, which is the best type of motivation we can have. Drawing from my own personal results, experience, and results from the introvert coaches, consultants, experts, and service business owners who are our clients, this is a highly effective system for driving action, having more impact, and generating more income in your expert business. And not only that, it also makes you feel great. And I think that's because you feel like you've tweaked your brain somehow and you've gained an advantage to help you reach your goals. So there you have it. I sincerely hope that this Mindset Monday training helps you set your mindset at the start of this brand new week. This week has everything you could ever want. It's just loaded with opportunities. So what are you waiting for? Go and get them. Until next time, it's been Bayer here. Thanks for joining me, and goodbye.